buy or rent your own ships, recruit your own soldiers and sailors, and of course you had to arm everybody at your own expense. So when it came time for men, you would buy older, cheaper weapons, still deemed reliable, just like modern-day military surplus. And crossbows were a great option. However, the most important reason crossbows were brought over is that crossbows by design do not rely upon black powder to work. You see, due to the very hot, wet, humid, and of course rainy environment of Florida, the Spanish learned very quickly that sometimes their firearms just don't work. That's because of one of the basic ingredients of gunpowder at the time: charcoal. You know anything about charcoal, you know it loves to absorb moisture. You get your gunpowder wet, well, congratulations. That musket or arquebus becomes a club just like that. Crossbows, though, don't have that issue. You can shoot them in the rain. And that's what makes them excellent backup weapons in the New World. Now, what crossbows shoot are not called arrows
in the New World Order.
They're actually called bolts or quarrels. Bolts are different from arrows because they're shorter, they're heavier, and they're only fletched or feathered on the two sides. That is so they can make flag at the room with a crossbow. My crossbows come in a variety of shapes and sizes. They're all got a few basic parts. They're all got a stirrup, steel bow or lav, a bowstring, a rolling nut, stock or tiller, and a bar underneath that acts as a trigger. So this is a very light demonstration crossbow representing one from about 1500. It's only got a draw weight of about 45 pounds, if that. So I can pull this string back very easily by hand. However, your realistic military crossbows of the era had draw weights well over 100 pounds. Requiring you to use it through a tool to mechanically assist in the string and battery. All I gotta do for this one though is put my foot through the stirrup, pull back on the string, lock the string into a rolling nut, and I'll be safe to shoot.
Yep.
Like that. Grab a modern crossbow bolt, slide into the groove, see what I can do.
Hey!
Oh, y'all check it out.
Protect the city, Green Arrow!
Crossbows, however, do not have sights on them, so aiming is always kind of a challenge. Thank God there are no paratroopers out there, right? Visualize in the town.
Hey!
Hey, it didn't go in the water, that's all I care about. I'm going to turn it back over to Kevin, our master gunner, and he's going to tell you all about the cannon. Thank you very much. I haven't said anything yet. For me, all right, guys, the cannon you sitting behind me is called a 6-pound breech charge bomb Beretta. And the technology for that cannon is on in 15 seconds. Now, compare that to muzzle-loading cannons on display from the 17th and 18th centuries. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of differences in that gun's design and these guns. But one of the bigger differences here is this: how you load it. Muzzle-loading cannon like that, the powder, the wadding, the ball, all gets loaded in the front of the barrel. Barrel our cannons opened up both ends because the charging powder and wadding goes into a separate container known as the powder mug or the servidor. You can see the spare one standing upright next to the gun carrier. Now, once you get your powder and wadding into the servidor, you get up, you insert it into the back end of the barrel, and take a piece of wood known as the breech block, drop it behind the servidor to hold it in place. While you're doing that, another member of the crew is getting the cannonball down the barrel, you primer and fire. Now, the one advantage, the only advantage, that gun's going to have in these guns, it's going to be reload time. See a 9-pound muzzle-loading cannon like this with a crew of 8? Well, that's going to take you 90 seconds to 2 minutes to reload her. But our cannon would have had 4 or 5 of those servitors assigned to it. So every time that weapon's fired, the expended servitor is removed, and the fresh one was inserted in its place. So that means a well-trained crew of 5 could achieve and sustain a rate of fire, on average, of 2 rounds a minute. For the 15th century,
that's awesome.
Wicked impressive.
That's awesome.
Now, the only thing coming out of the barrel of that cannon is going to be this cannonball. That's it. Now, folks, I'm going to demonstrate this for you, okay? But I'm going to give you a heads up. This could possibly be the most exciting part of your entire vacation right here. Yay!
Yeah!
Give me a second to catch your breath. That's about it. It's got a shell, all right? So it's not going to blow off. There's no fragmentation to it. This is a 6-pound solid iron shot that went flying through the air, looking to punch stuff. Actually, when Pedro Menendez arrives at the site September 1565, just like Anthony's crossbow, these cannons his cannons are pretty well dated at that time. The armies of Spain have not used bombardettas since the early 1540s. But Pedro Menendez purchased 20 of these cannons and brought them over here. Okay, that's going to take us to the landings. Folks, it's not like everybody just shows up here on the 8th. Okay, the landings start pre-dawn, September 5th, and they're going to continue to late evening, September 10th. And during that time frame, those 20 guns are brought ashore. Now, once the good admiral got them on dry land, what did he do with them? And in anticipation of an attack by Jean Lebeau, the French on the Port Caroline, he's going to place these cannons on the beach behind me, come to the bay, and the inlet. And yep, the 1565 guys, this is all beach. Matter of fact, you can sit and stand right where you are now. You could have looked over a wide open day, no vegetation, across a very barren and desolate Anastasia Island. You know something? It's a solid move. Shambles small, right? I mean, this thing would be useless against a large ship. When Pedro Menendez arrived here, took a sounding, he instantly realized he did not have to worry about large ships making it into that bay. And that's because of the inlet. In 1565, that inlet is nothing like we have today. Today, it's a straight shot out to the Atlantic. Back then, it ran off the east side of Anastasia Island and flowed from the south to the north. At low tide, a sandbar blocked the entrance to it. High tide is only 9.5 foot deep. There's no way a large ship's getting in there. So if the French are going to attack us off the water, they're going to have to use a much smaller vessel, like that longboat we have on display in the south side of the field. Now that is a ship-to-shore boat, and every sailing vessel of the era will have a boat similar to that with them.
Okay.
Now this ball would have come out of that gun traveling at 580 feet per second. It is going to punch through something like that like it's made of cardboard. If you're inside that boat when that's taking place, you're having a horrible afternoon. Think about it. 20 guns, 2 rounds a minute.
Oh.
That's a lot of this iron shots moving across that bay at any given time. Now, ball strikes below the water line. The longboat starts to sink. Here's some historic trivia for you. 80% of the population out of Europe in the 16th century can't swim. So the bottom line is this. That boat goes down, they're going with it. So even though these cannons were outdated by 1565, they were more than adequate to defend this position. All right, guys, a couple quick stats. We'll get it fired off for you. Maximum range in our gun is 1,700 yards. Unfortunately, she is not accurate at that distance. So gunners on these bombardettas were trained to engage targets right around 800 yards. That's the effective range of the gun. So you want to put this cannonball 800 yards down range? How much powder do you need? The average charge of powder on a bombardetta such as ours is going to be right at 1.5 pounds. There's a very good reason for that.
Damn.
Integrity of the servitors. You overcharge the servitor with powder, you could crack or breach the servitor.
That's it.
So 1.5 pounds is considered to be a very safe but an effective load as well. Okay, this is a salute. And the salute is going to be Viva San Agustin. The command to fire is fight them. It's cannon guys, it's loud. It's kind of what they do. If you got sensitive hearing, kids, might want to cover your ears up. Please go.
You guys ready?
Over there. All right, guys, here it goes. Viva San Agustin! Viva! Fuego!
Woo!
Yay!
Oh my God.
Right. What you just heard is nowhere near 1.5 pounds of powder. That's the load tube right there. We only use 2 ounces of the heavy grade.
2 ounces.
Now, what you saw flying out of the cannon was not a cannonball. It is illegal to shoot solid iron shot into a bay full of drunk boaters. What you saw was wadding. And for wadding here at the park where we use, Spanish moss. All right, guys, any questions on any of this? More than welcome. Come on up and ask. I'll get the tower for you in a second. We do appreciate you guys coming out. Enjoy the rest of your time here.
Can I touch the cannonball?
Fireworks.
I just want to touch the cannonball. Can I touch it? Bang. No, the cannonball. It's like, can I just touch the cannonball? Oh, that is heavy. That is
6
heavy.
pounds, buddy.
Yeah, that's heavy. All right.
You leave them up. That's for sure.
It sure does.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me 1 second.
I don't give a shit. I ain't got no grass waiver. I ain't got no grass waiver. The Fountain of Youth is maintained here as a memorial to Don Juan Ponce de Leon, discoverer of Florida. It was already here, and his first Spanish governor, 1513 to 1521. Indians said there was a miraculous fountain. He was granted for life the offices of governor and chief justice of such lands as he might discover. Don Juan Ponce de Leon discovered the land on April 2nd, 1513. He was gobernador, that's in Spanish. Governor and Chief Justice of Florida from that day until his death in Havana, Cuba, 1521. Dedicated on April 3rd, 1950, the 437th anniversary of the first landing of Don Juan Ponce de Leon. One of the most evilest motherfuckers on this planet. Just want you to understand that. Don Juan Ponce de Leon, born in Spain, 1460. He made the first recorded sea voyage to what is now known as the United States of North America, making his first landing in the vicinity of St. Augustine, first permanent European settlement in the United States. He named this land first seen here as La Florida, land of flowers. This name later became embraced all of what is now the United States and is still retained by the state of Florida. Get some water. It's hot. I mean, it's hot. Like, it's always hot. Like, is it always hot? Like, I lived here before, but damn, it's always hot. Like, damn. Oh, I got a grass waiver. Yeah, I ain't talking about that shit. I did 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 that shit. Are we good? Oh shit. Fryer? Hey. We'll do that. We're gonna get some high price gift shop shit and get the fuck up out of here. Is that what we're gonna do? Yeah. I feel like listening to some reggae anyway. Copper cauldrons such as these had a wide variety of uses in Spanish New World colonies. The rounded bottom indicates that this cauldron may have been used as a shore station in the making of whale oil, as most cauldrons on onboard ships had flat bottoms. I know a bunch of flat bottoms